What's up guys, it's Sean and today we're going to check out the Mint in Mont Kiara. Let's go! This is going to be the project that we're going to check out today. In total, there will be 496 units within this 6.2 acres piece of land, and that results in a density of only 80 units per acre. Wow! And you can see the effort of trying to create as much distance as possible between two towers. And for the tower density, one block will have 245 units, another one will have the remaining 250 overall. And coming in, because of the topography of being next to the hill, that allows the car park to be camouflaged within, allowing residents to have this experience. Conventionally, when you go into a high-rise, you will first see the elevated car parks. And most of the time, the facilities are located on top of the elevated car park. So the entire driving experience back to your car park is not as pleasant. But here, when you drive in, immediately you will get the view of the entire facilities area, and this will be the drop-off of Tower A, and the other tower will have their own separate drop-off, so that's great for privacy. And in order to access your car park, it will be done in a perimeter manner, where here you get to access into the first car park floor of this tower. Then for the subsequent tower, you can go downwards around the perimeter to go in again. Then another access in will be at the back of the project. So this just removes the experience of driving within the car park block itself, which a lot of people don't really like. So the entire experience of parking your car where you can directly access directly to your floor or very close to your floor, because at most you can go 1 or 2 levels up or downwards only. That's nice. And this little detail here is very expensive to do. But that again prioritizes the driver's experience of going out, also allowing fresh air into the car park. And throughout the entire sales gallery, you can see the entire design trying to create the Indochin theme in terms of motifs, in terms of shapes, in terms of colors, in terms of materials, overall giving the entire building a different twist, which makes it very close to a resort instead of just another residential project. And those designs will be reflected within the common areas itself. Like this is the drop off, and imagine just coming home to this, right? Wow! You will have the copper gold colors, you have the arch design along with all these somewhat like buttresses. Ooh. Also the light fittings, nice. Then in terms of number of car parks, it varies in terms of type, also in terms of height of your unit, where it differs from 2 to 4. But the cool thing is some is actually tandem, but it's also calculated as one. So for the really premium units, you will have 4 car park bays that is actually in tandem. In other words, you get to park 8 cars. Nice. And within your car park areas, there will be electrical points for you to charge your new EVs, and that also applies to the visitor car parks as well. And then going through the facility deck, because of the distance between tower, it created a lot of canvas for the landscape architect to play around. So you have your tennis court, and you have this lawn area, also the children playground areas. Then on the other side, you will have your lap pool here, and because of the difference in topography, that allowed them to create this cascading water effect. And these are really cool. Check those out. Those are cantilevered structures that allows visitors to just hang out here, truly experiencing the water, and combo that with the landscape treatments, right? Ooh. And this area here will be the gym facing the water area. And on the back of the project, this will be the spa area. They call it a halo therapy room. Fancy, but in terms of treatments, it's going to be surrounded using bamboos around to recreate another space. So you can see some French gardens within the pocket of spaces, such as this one here within this corner, another one for this area. And in this project, they are also using AWCS, which means the automated waste collection system. So it's actually way more convenient. You won't have workers transporting refuse from one floor to another, causing all the common areas to be dirty. It's also way more convenient for maintenance as well. And for all the glasses of the units, they will be using low E glass Then going into the floor plate design, there will be only 6 units per floor. All of those will be bungalow units, and these two will be semi units as they share a common wall here. And per floor, you'll be served by 4 lifts, and the entire experience is just very private. And with such layout, it allows the unit to have a lot of facade line all around. And the sizes of unit ranges from 1,006 to 3,000, so it's way larger than your standard layouts that we have right now in the market. Today, this is the unit that we're going to check out, which is type D, 3,010 square feet, but yet 3 bedroom and 2 utility rooms, 4 bathroom and 1 powder room, and it's massive. And this will be the entrance coming in from your private lift. This will be your foyer, and right next to that you will have your utility room to store your golf sets or traveling bag. Then this will be an access to the common lift lobby. So for this unit type, there will be an access from your private lift or your common lift. Going in through the foyer, on the side there will be a junior suite, and for junior suite also, it comes with his and her basin already. Wow. This will be kind of like their signature design, where you have living, dining and somewhat a dry kitchen connected all together. This is mesmerizing, and combo that with the balcony. Then at the side, you have this kitchen space that can be partitioned, that connects to the yard space, as well as the helper's room. Going in, there will be this principal bedroom with its ensuite bathroom. They kind of have a lanai area, which is like that secondary living space, just in case there's a guest at home. They have a common bathroom, and you will have bedroom 2 with its ensuite bathroom here. And for this layout, you can see windows all around. And coming in, this will be the entrance from the private lobby. You have your junior suite here, the main unit access here. This will be the access from the common lift lobby, and this will be the storeroom. So as mentioned, only larger units will have this private lift lobby, and it allows segmentation of visitors and experience into the house. So when you have a junior suite here, you can even convert it into a home office. And when you have clients or when you have colleagues coming over, they will use the common access, so it will not interrupt with the users of the main unit at all. So it's somewhat like a transition space. This can be a waiting area just to go meet my boss. So going into the junior suite, because of this being a corner unit, every bedroom will get access to the facade line. Hence, the room is going to be so well lit. And the distance from wall to wall is 3.3 meters. So you can put in a queen size bed, bedside table, still have a lot of space for your work desk or dressing table. And you have timber floorings going into your walk-in wardrobe. And the width of this walk-in wardrobe is nice. It's around 1.9 meters. And this is with the mindset of having multi-generations all living in one same house. So this will most likely be your parents' room or your children's room. Going into your bathroom, here you have a for him, for her basin by Roca. Very nice. This top, and you can see the mirror treatments are also themed, full height wall tiles. The scale is amazing. You have your WC by Roca as well, and a compartment for your shower. Nice. Look at the tiles. And one little detail I like even this is chamfered really nicely. Woo! Then I really like this detail. The height of the switches. This is very nice, very comfortable by Legrand. So with this extra door here, it really adds flexibility into the usage of this room. And now this will be the direct connection from the house. And this will be the main door of the unit. Going in, you will have your dry kitchen, breakfast counter, dining, living, balcony. Wow! This is a demonstration of their open plan design. The technicality here involves several things. One is to have a structural system that allows this entire space to be free of columns and beams, and that allows spaces like this to be arranged. The target audience of this range, or the customers at this range, will have a lot of gatherings and social activities within the house itself. So this layout actually works. Just imagine if you have a gathering of 25 people at home. You will have some people there, you will have some people dining in, you will have some people trying to prepare and chit chat around here. You can have the kids hanging out at the lanai area, and the entire communication process and the presence of the owner will be maximized throughout this layout design. Instead of the person preparing the food, you will never get to see them. Then you have the partition of spaces creating gaps between people, right? Yeah, so this is the main function. But first of all, your unit must be big enough first lah to cater this. We have a width of wall to wall around 5.8 to 6 meters. This is insane, and that connects you over to the humongous balcony. And coming out into the balcony, this is a 1.8 meters width balcony, and it's going to connect you to two views. One is going to be the Mont Kiara view, one is going to be the reserve forest view. And because this site is already elevated higher than the rest, where at level 25 you are already seeing the rooftop of existing buildings around you. And that allows you to be living in this very busy commercial area but a distance away from it. So this view here is going to be very nice, where you can put several mahjong tables if you want to, or you can just gather here and enjoy the scenery of your choice with this glass handrail. And this entire approach of having an overall theme for the development is refreshing, because the trend all this while has always been luxurious, very practical oriented, right? Then when you have this Indo-Chin concept being carried out through the entire project, the entire living experience in this project will feel like a resort. You can see a lot of those elements being expressed within the sales gallery and the show unit itself, which is very, very nice. And again, this is being done when the practicality and the base functionality of the design is resolved, then only the thematic designs can be applied on it. Then walking through the dining, walking through the living, you have this amazing flooring. And this design concept really do justice to the host lah, because whenever I prepare food or whenever I'm picking up something, preparing something for the guests, I will not be left out conversations ever again because it's open. Anyway, this will be the breakfast station, and this will be a length of 4.3 meters for you to put all your tools. So you will have your basin here. I think this is a little bit too small, but this is not the primary basin, and this will be facing a window. That's nice. You have all your cabinets, and these are provided, but always check with the sales staff. My favorite of all, this is a convertible kitchen, where this can be an open type of kitchen, and if you want to do some massive cooking or whatsoever, you can always partition it, then you can work within this space itself. This is very nice. So here you get to have an L-shaped kitchen, and most of these will be provided by the developer, including this panel. But it's a 2-panel. If you don't like it, if it's too heavy, you can always convert it into a 3-panel. And this is connected into the yard space, where this will be the place you do laundry. There will be an extra room for the domestic helper, a toilet for her, and this will be the access into the utility space, so they don't have to go through the main space just to throw rubbish or move stuff or whatever lah. Moving on from the kitchen, this will be the private spaces, and there's a clear demarcation line between what's open and what's private. First of all, this will be a lanai space which can be easily converted into another bedroom if required, and this will be the guest bathroom, and I like it. Wow, look at these finishes. So there will be basin and WC from Roca. That's nice, and you have stone texture finishes with a window at the side, again with the quartz stone just to put your shampoo. As we are now within the lanai area, an observation here will be on the finishes of the guest bathroom. That is more luxurious compared to the normal bedrooms punya bathroom lah. And again, when you wonder, this is done because of the lifestyle of target groups of such. When you often have friends and families coming into the house, the guest bathroom somewhat needs to be impressive, seems to be statement making, and I totally agree with the approach. And next to the line area, you will have another secondary balcony here, which allows some escape where the owner of the house gets to just zone out and chill a little bit. And again, this is another observation, such a massive build up with so little number of rooms. That again explains the requirement of customers of this range. With a selling price of around 890 per square feet, the selling price for this unit is going to be around 2.6 million. And this is the customer range that is pursuing quality of space instead of quantity of rooms. Not necessarily when you have 3,000 square feet, you must have 8 bedrooms or 9 bedrooms, right? Moving on, this will be the principal bedroom. You have a width of wall to wall 3.3 meters. It's definitely sufficient, right? It's not crazy huge. Then you have the window panels at the edge facing the orientation that you choose. What's cool is when you go in behind, this will be the walk-in wardrobe, where it's generally for her. And going in, this will be the principal bathroom. This is when you can truly feel the resort living, when your bathroom is segregated from your wardrobe space and your bedroom. Not only that, look at the window panels around. It's going to be well lit. And you have a for him, for her basin by Roca, this top here, and a bathtub. Then you will have the shower area there with a sitting area. That's nice, and again with the quartz stone finishes. Then next to that will be the WC area. Isn't this just the dream to have? Ooh. And I guess that's all for the tour of this unit. If you're an architectural fan, this is really nice from a few perspectives. So one, you have a lot of transition areas. For example, the private lobby that serves as a transition space before going into the unit. Then you have this dry kitchen space that is a transition between the main living and dining into the kitchen itself. Also, you have a clear segregation between private and open. You will have a small little foyer before every bedroom. That's very nice. And also the design team allows flexibility for spaces. For example, the junior suite can be converted into a home office. The lanai can be another extra bedroom if required. Then the dry kitchen as well can be converted. And what's magical to me is, although the scale is massive, I don't see any wastage of space. Where circulation space is kept to a minimum, there's no corridors, there's no kinks in between. Everything is just squarish. Every square inch is just maximized. And this is really nice. And now let's head on to the site. So now we are at site at Jalan Kiara 7, but it's along Jalan Desa Kiara when you go up all the way. And this is a very different side of Mont Kiara that everyone knows. We are all used to Jalan Kiara, Kiara 1 and Jalan Kiara 4, where the international schools are, where you have the Sri Garden, where you have the Mont Kiara International School. And then you have the 163 Mall, you have the office towers, you have the commercial areas. But this location is away from all of that, so that's something to take note first. This is not your usual walking distance to the convenience of Mont Kiara anymore. This one definitely you will need to drive. Then as you drive up the hill along Jalan Desa Kiara, this will be the roads where you have a two-ways in and then a two-way out. And this will be the site itself. And looking at the drone shots, the project is above all of the residential towers within Mont Kiara itself. So nice. So this will be the closest yet to all this forest reserve. And the main reason why I say yet is because there is still a lot of canvas space along this road. Like now, you can see this road that is so well built connecting to a landed project at the end. These are all canvas. Right, all canvas for development. And it's only about time where all of this will be developed. And I guess that's all for now. It's now time for Sean Take 3 on 3. So for the first 3 things I like, number 1 will be the reputation of the developer. since the early days of the development of this address of Mont Kiara. So before the merge between two developers, they have been around the industry building high-rise projects after projects after projects. And because of its quality and brand, they have built a very solid base of followers as well as customers, and most of their customers always come back because all of them who bought their earlier projects all made money lah. And this means a lot in terms of credibility, in terms of the materials they provide, in terms of the feedback. But what I really like is the understanding of their customer base throughout the entire journey, which is point number 2. With all those insights, those allowed them to have a very clear intention for their design. So I like the reintroduction of the thematic designs. Yes, we have seen a lot for landeds, but high-rise is not as common anymore, and that allowed the project to be somewhat like a resort feel instead of just another residential tower. So the entire theme is introduced using colors, using materials of the copper gold, using forms and the motifs on floorings, cabinet design, and etc. These are done on top of very sensible and practical design layout. Especially from the unit that we visited, although it's 3,000 square feet, they clearly know that their customers do not need more rooms. But in case you need more rooms, there are flexibility to do so, such as converting the lanai or converting the dry kitchen. But the real science behind the space planning will be the connection of the living, dining and kitchen area. Then you have the in-between space of the foyer before the main room, and there's a foyer before every bedroom. So it allows a clear separation between the private spaces and the open spaces. And there's absolutely no wastage of space for circulation, even across a 3,000 square feet unit. There's no corridor, so every square inch is utilized really well. And on top of that, the flexibility towards the spaces, where the kitchen can be converted, then the junior suite can be also a home office. And this is the main difference between modern buildings and old buildings, because now you will have the EV charging ports, you have automated waste management system, you have the touchless technology for your lifts. And then on a macro view, because of the topography at site, it allows them to camouflage the entire car park. So it's a very rare thing to have the entire facility deck on ground level. You don't have to be welcomed by your elevated car park, but instead you get to see people playing around and you just drive within the perimeters. And again, because of the site, it allows you to almost drive into your exact car park level. And last of all, the exact site, which is the setting of the project, that is away from all the convenience a little bit. So as we cover Mont Kiara a lot within the channel already, we are very familiar with all the convenience, which is the main reason why this is a very hot location, especially for expats, where it's connected to a lot of main highways, very close to KL City Centre, PJ, Bangsa, you name it lah. But Jalan Kiara 7 is then the very edge of the entire Mont Kiara and right next to the forest reserves. It's a very quiet area within a very convenient location. However, that might come as a concern as well because of the inconvenience. Because this is a freehold full residential project, there won't be any commercial elements within, so every time you will need commercial support, you will need to drive out and find car park, which is exactly the charm of Jalan Kiara. Basically, you don't have to really drive out unless you need to go to KL. Everything is within walking distance, but for this, you will need to drive out. So then this is really personal preference. Do you really enjoy serenity and peace, or you really need a convenience within walking distance? Next would be the surrounding empty plots of lands lah. So easily when you just look around, there are still a lot of empty lands within this new corner of Mont Kiara, undiscovered corner, right? And if this project really does well, which I am confident it will, it just indicates higher demand. So within this quiet zone, you will have a lot of construction going on lah. And last of all, will be that 5 years construction period. So this is a norm for all of their projects within Mont Kiara itself, because they are building a tower within a busy location that is sandwiched between other towers of residents. And because of that, the working hours are extremely limited, so they can only start work after 9 and stop work before 6. It's like office hours, which usually in construction site, people don't really care. So they will need more time in terms of construction. So if you're in a rush to get the unit, this may not be the ideal choice then. And I guess that's all for this episode. What an exciting new location within a very familiar address. It's so cool to see a very different side of Mont Kiara. And just when you thought this address, no more canvas, no more land, there are still a lot of demand for this location. So exciting. Personally, do I like it? Yes, as an own stay product because of its scale. So even the smallest is 1006, right? Maybe you can consider one because of its architectural elements. The design of layout is just so practical. They are so experienced actually thinking about it. But anyway, shout out to the team for having me. Apparently it's a junior of mine. Hi. And if you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.